Namaste, everyone, and welcome to our Wednesday chair yoga session. I hope that you're all feeling good and ready to move. We're going to start with a little bit of sitting. So come into your comfortable seat with your spine nice and lifted, not sitting near the back of your seat, but sitting towards the front of your chair. Make sure you've got enough support underneath your sitting bones so that you can feel the foundation of your body is strong and stable. And then allowing yourself to sit tall, resting the hands wherever is comfortable, closing your eyes or gazing gently downward to begin our practice. Take this moment to leave behind the rest of your day. Anything that's been on your mind, any conflict or arguments you might have had, any good news as well. Unfortunately, we'll leave it outside the door or outside this yoga space and bring ourselves into this present moment. Notice how your body feels right now. Notice the areas of perhaps a slightly closed or tense or stuck feeling. Notice areas that feel more spacious, freer, easier. And notice too any discomfort. Most of us carry some discomfort all of the time, but noticing it, making sure to keep it in a place where you can work around it and not through it, not pressing, but instead nurturing, maybe seeing if we can ease some of that discomfort out by the end of our practice. And then notice the breath that you're breathing right now. Take a moment to focus on the rhythm, the rate, the depth of your breath. See if you can do that while you relax your forehead, your eyes, your jaw, your tongue, your shoulders. And then beginning to breathe a little deeper, breathing into the sides of the body, the chest, the upper back. And breathing out all of the air you can manage to breathe out of the lungs, then gently engaging across your navel to draw the tummy muscles in a little bit and press a little extra air out. Breathing into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. Breathing out just a little bit more fully, using that gentle abdominal engagement. Excuse me. Breathing deeply in. And finding your rhythm with this breath. See if you can use your inhalations to just sit a little bit taller, find a little bit more space down the sides of the body, the front and the back of the body. And then at the end of your next exhalation, allowing your chin to come towards your chest, just enough to feel that beginning of the length down the back of the neck or between the shoulder blades. And here you might need to go up and down a little bit so you can lift your head and lift your chin up. Not taking the head backwards, just forwards, and then gently bringing the head back down, chin towards the chest. Lifting up one more time. And we're going to roll the chin back down towards the chest. And then from here, rolling the right ear towards the right shoulder, just leaning it in that direction, and then back to center and left ear to left shoulder. Just exploring the sides of the neck, that connection between the movements of the head and how it feels in the neck, the shoulders, the back, the chest. If it feels good, you can make a circle, lifting the chin up. And if that doesn't suit your neck, then don't do it, please. If you're circling, going in the other direction as well. And then finishing, bringing your head back to the center. Awesome sauce. We're just going to roll our shoulders. Oh, that feels good. And in the other direction as well. And then we're going to bring our fingertips towards our chest or shoulders and make some circles with the elbows going in the same direction. Doesn't have to be big circles. Today in Scotland is a very blustery day. It's trying to snow desperately hard here. Trying desperately hard rather to snow here. And it feels really full of movement in the environment. Let's move in the opposite direction with our elbow circles. So when the outside energy is like that, it helps for us to move as well, because we're not trying to be static against a moving background. We are moving with the flow of energy around us. So when you're ready, you can release the arms down to the side. Just take note of how it feels here. And then we're going to do just one arm. So you can either hold onto your chest or shoulder, or you can keep your elbow nice and soft. And we're going to make slightly larger circles, but with that arm nice and relaxed and the elbow always a little soft. Okay? If it feels good, you might want to widen your feet, and then you can open that movement into the sides of your body as well. You don't have to do that, but if you want to, you can. And here, what we're doing is we're engaging those muscles behind the chest. So at the back of the body, between the shoulder blades, across the back of the shoulders, the upper back, the sides of the body, here in the front of the chest. Let's reverse the motion as well. And when we spend a lot of time sitting or stooping, those muscles behind the body get a little bit lazy and a little bit lax. So we're encouraging them back to moving and engaging and supporting in a way that they are designed to. Wonderful. We'll let this arm find its way just down by our side so it can hang a bit loose. We can sit in the middle, feel the difference between the two sides, and then we're going to place this hand up so that we can do the other arm. A nice soft elbow, or you can hold onto your shoulder if you prefer. And then beginning just to explore a slightly larger movement. And again, we're looking for ways to work with our energy, with our bodies. So if you meet resistance, don't press through it, just move away from it. And if you have any really big clunking or clicking, then try not to press through that either. Let's go in the opposite direction as well. Nice, expansive, expressive movements if you can. And you can allow your head and your neck to find their own movement within this. We don't have to hold them rigid. In fact, much better if we don't hold anything too rigid. Fantastic. Let's do one more in this direction. And then we're just going to let that arm hang down by the side and then place it back in the center here. Very good. So we're going to stay sitting just for now, and we're going to go through a range of postures, and then we're going to do them standing as well. And those who wish to stay sitting can stay sitting. So taking your arms out towards the sides, elbows nice and soft. We're going to breathe in as we open the chest, elbows moving behind the body. And breathe out as we draw the elbows towards each other in front and just rounding a little bit, maybe tucking the tummy in a touch here, chin towards the chest. Breathing in, opening, and breathing out, rounding. So here, as we breathe in, we lengthen the front of the body. We draw the elbows behind the body if we can. And as we breathe out, we're lengthening the back of the body, just gently. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. We're going to finish by breathing in to sit tall. Turn the hands and breathe out as we float the arms down to the sides. Make any little movements with the shoulders that feel easy or easing, and that's all good. Okay, so now we're going to take the arms wide and we're going to wrap the left arm over the right arm so that we hug our shoulders. And here you can leave the elbows like this. We will all leave the elbows like this for a moment, with really letting the weight of the elbows come down onto the chest. And just take a deep breath to feel that space between the two shoulder blades. Across the upper back, and breathing out here. Now you can leave your arms here if that feels comfortable to you. If you want to do a little bit more, you can lift your elbows up and draw the backs of your hands towards each other, or if you find it quite easy, the palms of the hands towards each other. And that can be done either by turning the palms together and just finding a way to marry the fingers, or by just wrapping the hands a little bit more. Whichever of these works for you. Our knees are quite wide, and we're going to make circles with those elbows. So we can begin to move the upper body a little bit. So we've got that sort of opening of the chest and then forward folding of the chest as we go around here. And we're going to go in the opposite direction as well. And if you feel comfortable, you can make your movement a little bit more expansive, and you may choose not to, and that's okay. Just move in a way that feels good to you. And we'll come back to the center. We're going to release our hands away from each other if they're together. And then from the sides of the body, just let the arms drift down across the abdomen and turn the palms forwards. Maybe wriggle your shoulders a little bit and release. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we'll start by reaching the arms wide, and then it's right arm over left arm this time, hugging the shoulders, relaxing the weight of the elbows towards the chest for a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Then if you want to, you can leave the elbows here. You can lift them a little, or you can bring the palms of the hands towards each other by facing the hands towards each other, or wrapping the hands around. Or you can just have simply the arms moving towards each other, but they don't meet. That's fine too. And we'll make circles with our elbows. So we're trying to have a sort of lift and lower effect, as well as a little rounding and opening of the upper back. We'll go in the opposite direction as well. We'll do one more. And then in the center, releasing the hands towards the tops of the shoulders. Allow the hands to move down the sides of the body, across the abdomen, turning the palms forward as we sit tall. And just noticing, do we need to wriggle a little bit here? Perhaps the head would like a little turn from side to side. Fingers crossed, maybe a combination of these. And then we'll finish here by turning the palms upwards, reaching the arms out to the sides. The elbows can be nice and bent here if you want to, or you can lengthen the arms a little bit longer. And we're taking the thumbs behind the body as much as feels comfortable, without shrugging the shoulders up towards the ears. So softening the shoulders down, you'll feel that increases the breadth across the chest, And if you want to, you can think about turning your little fingers up towards the ceiling a little bit more, and the thumbs down a little bit more if you want to. And let's take a deep breath in here. Allow your neck to be free so it's not stuck. And as you breathe out, draw the hands a little bit closer behind you together, and then gently draw them back towards the center, turn the palms, float down to the sides, wriggle anything that needs wriggling. Super duper. So here with our hands on our knees, we're just going to begin to stir the upper body. So we want to imagine that our head is a pencil drawing a circle on the ceiling above us. Head is a pencil. I'm not sure that that's the metaphor that really works, but anyway, it's all good. And then we'll go the opposite way. And for those of you who are joining us on the video and don't know, that most of the folks who are live in this class are teachers. So I realize I said pencil metaphor, but it's probably a simile or something similar. Anyway, if I've got it wrong, I apologize. And coming back to center. Very good. So here we're going to do a little bit of side bending. So still with the feet comfortably apart, so you feel the stability from the low body. We can try pressing into one foot and then the other. So we're just sitting quite still in the center, just pressing a little bit from into one foot and then the other. And you'll see as you do that, it gives you the opportunity to move your torso differently if you're actively using one foot and then the other. Super. So we're going to use that as we do our side bending. So let's start by bending towards the right. We're going to take the right hand and put it onto the right hip or the right thigh if you prefer. And we'll breathe in, take the left arm out to the side, or if you want to, you can take your left hand up. And as you breathe out, gently press into your left foot and lean over to the right side, and then come back to center. And then we're going to press into the right foot and lean over to the right side, and then come back to center. So press into the left foot, lean over to the right, come back to center, press into the left foot, lean over to the right foot even, lean over to the right, and come back to center. And then we're going to just float that arm down to the side. So whichever of those felt more stable, maybe for some people it would be pressing through the left as you lean away from it, creates that link so you can't lean too far. And for some people it will be pressing into the right foot so you resist with the right side as you lean to the right. Whichever felt the most secure to you, that's the one I want you to use for this next exercise. So right hand comes to the right hip or thigh, and we're going to breathe in, reaching the left hand up. Breathe out, reaching over. Breathe in back to the center, and then breathe out as we reach the left hand in front of the body and twist slightly to the right and come back to center. Okay? We're going to breathe in, arm out to the side or up. Breathing out as we come over. Breathing in back to center, arm out to the side, and breathing out as we turn towards that right side, back to center. Okay, let's do two more. Breathing in and then breathing out as we lean. Breathing in, and this time if you want to, you can imagine you're scooping your belly away. So you do a sort of rounded hug as you twist, and back to center. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and over, breathing in back to center, and breathing out as you sort of scoop as well, scooping and back to center. And we'll release the left arm down. I'm sure the shoulder's feeling like it needs a bit of a release now. We'll give it a few rolls in each direction. And we're ready to do the same thing on our right side. So right hand onto right hip, no, left hand onto left hip, right hand at the ready, breathing in, reaching up, breathing out, leaning over, breathing in, reaching up, and breathing out, arm down to the side. And you don't have to lift your arm all of the way. Now we're going to press into our feet, okay? So we're breathing in, reaching up, Breathing out as you press into the right foot, leaning to the left. Breathing in back to center, press into the left foot and lean to the left. Breathing in as you return, press into the right foot and exhale over. Breathe in as you return, press into the left foot and exhale over. Let's do a couple more. Pressing into the right foot as you lean, returning to center and pressing into the left foot as you lean. Coming all the way up to center and just relaxing the right arm down to the side for a moment. Take note of which one of those foot pressings felt more stable to you for our lean and twist exercise. So hand on hip. I find if I spend a lot of time with the palm of my hand on my hip, then my wrist doesn't like it so much. So feel free to just put the back of your hand on your hip if you like. So breathing in as we reach up, pressing into whichever foot feels best, breathing out as you lean over to the left. Breathe in back to center, right arm out to the right side, and then breathe out as you turn and sort of reach around your left side. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, reaching over. Breathing in back to center, stabilizing with whichever foot is best, and breathing out as you twist. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, reaching over. Breathing in, back to the center, and then this time scooping the belly in, sort of rounding as you twist as well. Breathing in, back to center. Breathing out and over. Breathing in, back to center. Breathing out, a scooping, twisting, hugging sensation. And let's do one more. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and over. Breathing in, back to center. And breathing out as you twist and scoop. Coming back to center, relaxing the right arm down, just giving both shoulders a little bit of a wriggle. And noticing if you, as you come back to sort of steadiness, do you feel like you're a bit more mobile? What we're trying to do is allow the shoulder blades a little glide across the rib cage in the back of the body. So we often feel stiffness there where we get the layers of fascia stick together like Velcro. And so by making these movements, we're trying to bring a sort of smoothness to those layers so they can move across each other very easily. Awesome sauce. So let's take our feet out in front of us and just roll the ankles a little bit. And at the same time, you'll notice if you keep your knees nice and soft, that rolls the knees together and apart, which allows us to sort of massage into the hip joints. We'll go in the opposite direction as well. As we're sitting here, if you feel like your body wants to move with it, you can move with it as well. Excellent stuff. Then we're going to place our feet firmly down and stand up, ready to do these actions in a standing position as well. So I'm just going to move my chair to one side. And so we started with our spinal undulations, and we're going to do those here as well. So if I'm just turning to the side so you can see, we're going to take our arms, nice soft elbows, a little softness in the knees. Breathe in as we open the chest, and then breathe out as we just round a little through the upper back. So we can bring the elbows towards each other in front of the body as well, if that helps. Breathing in, opening the chest, maybe leaning slightly back if you can, and breathing out, elbows towards each other, draping forward. Breathing in. And breathing out, scooping the belly in, breathing in, and breathing out. Let's see if we can do a few with a draping hand as well. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, just reach the fingers forward, drape the arms forward. We're not bending forward from the hips, just from the upper back. Breathing in. Oh, and breathing out. I don't know if you heard that. That was my sternum clicking. Breathing in. and breathing out. And we'll finish here by breathing in, nice and tall, reaching the arms wide, breathing out, turning the hands and floating them down to the sides. We can make some wriggly motions with our shoulders here. See if you can get a little bit mobile into the sides of the body, into the hips as well, if that feels good to you. Nice little bit of wiggling to release, which we always enjoy. Okay, so we did they're actually called Garudasana arms, these eagle pose arms, and we're going to try them again. We're going to step our feet a little bit further apart with the toes turning outwards if that suits your hips. And we're just going to bend the knees a little. So when you bend your knees, try to avoid the temptation to bend forward from the hips as well. So when you bend your knees, allow your weight to come into your heels, keep the rest of the body quite upright, and encourages the back of the body to stabilize and work to provide a nice solid base from which to work. So we're going to take the arms wide. We can have the legs long to begin with, arms wide, left over right, hugging the shoulders, and we're going to bend the knees now. Check your weight is in your heels. Your elbows can be lifted or not. You can bring the backs of the hands towards each other, the palms of the hands towards each other, and we're going to make circles with the elbows. And this time you can bend your knees a little deeper and straighten the legs. So you make the circle by also encouraging the legs to move as well. You don't have to do that bit, but if you want to, you can. We'll go in both directions. Very good. Allow your head to follow the movement. If it helps, you can think of drawing the circle with the tips of your fingers. And we'll do one more. Coming to the center, we're going to relax our hands to the tops of the shoulders, relax the arms down the sides of the body, and then open in front, turning the palms forwards. And here we're going to do our downward dog in between. So we want to step towards the back of the chair, reach the hands for the back. I've got the wrong chair this week. My daughter's stolen the other one for the piano practice. And we're going to walk our feet away from our chair. Soft knees, wide enough apart to feel stable for your base, drawing your torso parallel to the floor. And here you can gently keep the knees soft and wiggle the hips from side to side if that feels good. Or you might prefer to press one leg straighter and then bend both and press the other leg straight. So you do a little walking from side to side. If it's helpful, you can allow that movement to come into your torso. So you do a little bit of turning in the torso as well. I find that is a really nice release through the whole spine. And if you prefer to simply hold in the middle still, you can. Let's take one more deep breath in and deep breath out. And then we're going to look towards the chair, press into the hands, walk the feet forwards, come to standing upright, holding onto your seat for as long as you need to feel that sense of stability, lose any wooziness. And then we'll come back to standing in our nice wide leg stance. Doesn't have to be super wide, remember? And we'll take our arms wide for our opposite work. So we're going to cross the right arm over the left this time. Hold in the shoulders. First, the knees can be nice and long. We don't need to take too much of a deep breath here because we've already opened the shoulders in this way. We're going to bend the knees and draw the backs of the hands or the palms of the hands towards each other. They can be this way or that way. And then making nice big circles with the elbows or the fingers, allowing the legs to react. So if you want to, you can soften the knees. If you prefer to keep the knees more still, it's okay. Try to make the movement come more into your torso. We'll do two more in this direction. And then coming up and reversing the motion, so going the opposite way. And you don't have to make such a big bend, and your shape doesn't matter. It's whatever feels good for your body. Just allowing your head to be free to move as well, though. We'll do just one more. Coming up to standing, relaxing the arms to the shoulders, down the sides of the body, turning the palms forward. Oh, and then wiggling your hips and your shoulders, maybe turning your toes in, maybe doing a little marching if that helps. I find sometimes that helps, or a little paddling through the heels, and a nice wriggle, just to let go of any intensity of effort from our practice. And then we're going to do just as we did before with our side bend and scoop. I'm just going to change my chair to the opposite side. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it on this side because it was the left arm that we used first. So standing close enough to your chair to feel your support. Feet around about hip width apart, can be closer if you prefer, wider if you need. Hand on the back of the chair. We're going to lift ourselves tall from the floor to the crown of the head, and then we're going to reach out and up with our left hands, and then reach over towards the chair as we side bend to that side. Excellent. Back to center, and we'll just reach over again. Same principle, I realize I'm going a little bit off screen here, of pressing down into the right foot and then pressing down into the left foot and seeing which one is the most supportive. So moving in and out of your side bend just a few times to feel which works for you best. And then come back to center and release the left hand down. We'll take a moment here just to wriggle the shoulders. And we're going to do that same side bend and twist, okay? So for this motion, we want to keep, we don't want to rigidly hold the hips straight as we do our twist, but we want to see if we can twist out of the hips. So they might move a little, that's okay, but if we can, out of the hips. So starting in the center, let's breathe in the left arm up or out to the side. Breathing out as we reach over to the right. Breathe in back to center, the left arm is at shoulder height, and breathe out as you twist, reaching the left arm across the body to the right. Breathe in and up if you want, breathing out and over. Breathe in back to center and breathing out as you twist. This time we'll do a scoop as well, breathing in and up, breathing out and over. Breathing in to center, breathing out, twist and scoop. So lean your body away. Breathing in and up, breathing out and over. Breathing in and breathing out as you scoop and twist at the same time. We'll do just one more. Breathing in and up, breathing out and over. Breathing in back to center. Breathing out and scoop and return. Relax that left arm down. It's done a lot, it might be tired. Give it a wriggle or a shake if it needs it. And we can move our chairs to prepare for doing the same thing to the other side. But in between, I would like to do some sort of back bending. So if you can, hold your chair back with both hands and walk your body slightly away and see if you can roll your shoulder blades towards each other and lift your chest a little bit further forward. So you don't need to do very much here. So it can be just a simple reach behind you, that might be enough. But if you've got the space to move the feet away slightly, it feels secure, firm in the belly muscles here. And if you want to, you can look slightly up to feel a little bit more openness underneath the bottom of the rib cage. To release out, we simply walk back towards the chair and release our arms, give ourselves a little bit of a shake and a shimmer, and we're ready to go with our right side bending. So the feet a comfortable distance apart, left hand on the back of the chair, right hand at your side, and we're going to breathe in, reaching the right hand up, and breathing out and over. So we're coming back just to center a few times to press into the right foot as we lean, and then into the left foot as we lean. So you've got more emphasis on one side and then the other side. And then return to center, just releasing your arm all the way down. And notice if you have the same stability with the same leg standing as sitting, and whether it's the same on both sides, perhaps for some people, whether it's different. Just noticing, make note of that. Okay, so now we can do our side bend and twist. So breathing in, reaching the right hand up or out, breathing out and over, breathing in back to center, and breathing out, simply reaching the right arm to the left. Breathing in and up, breathing out and over, breathing in back to center, breathing out and twist. Now we'll do some scooping, breathing in and up, breathing out and over, breathing in back to center and breathing out, leaning your body away as you twist round to the left. Breathing in and up, breathing out and over, breathing in back to center, perhaps a touch of firmness in the belly as you lean and twist. Last one, breathing in and up, breathing out and over, breathing in back to center, breathing out, scoop and twist. Nice. Coming back to the center, relaxing the right arm, wiggling anything that needs wiggling. And here we're going to take another downward facing dog. So facing your chair back, walking your hands away, taking your feet perhaps a little wider than you normally do. And we're going to turn our heels to one side and simply hold our downward dog. Knees can be slightly bent if you want to. For a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and then come back to the center for a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and then turn the heels to the opposite side for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Heels back to center, and we're going to keep our knees bent and just wiggle the hips or wiggle the torso, whichever you prefer. And when you're ready, looking towards your chair and walking yourself into standing upright, taking a moment and then relaxing the arms, making sure that you are feeling good here. Excellent stuff. Okay, so we're going to do a little, it doesn't need to be a balance, so you don't need to take your feet off the floor here, but a little flying angel. My chair back's a little low, so I'm going to come here and use them all instead. So if you want to, you can use a piece of wool or a chair back if you've got one a bit higher in front of you. And we're going to start with our right hand on our support, and we're going to step our right foot towards whatever support we've got. So just a little bit closer so this front arm can be nice and relaxed. If you are using a wall, you'll have an opportunity to lift your hand up the wall. So that might be something that you might want to use, perhaps when you come back to use the video another time. We're going to step our left foot back. So the toes are on the floor, but the left foot is behind the body. And we're going to raise the left arm in front, and it can be all the way up if that feels comfortable for you, or just simply in front of the body is fine. So you just get a sense of reaching the left fingers forward and the left toes backwards. Now this might feel a little bit better on the right hip if you soften your standing leg knee. So if you create a little softness in that knee, it's not bending it, but it's creating a better center of gravity than if you lock your leg straight. And so here we can have a couple of deep breaths, trying to soften the shoulders down, maybe trying to just lengthen the chest a little. For those who want to, you can lift the back leg off the mat or off the floor. And if you want to, you can reach that left hand back to meet it as well. So reaching back behind you. For a deep breath in and a deep breath out, then sliding the foot along the floor back towards the body and releasing the left arm down to the left side. Awesome sauce. So I shall do this one over here by this wall, turning around. In your case, you might not need to. So having now the left hand on your support, either your chair back or a wall, sliding your right foot back behind you, keeping that standing leg knee just a little soft and reaching the right arm either in front of you or up over the head. Here, this might be enough to reach the right fingertips away from the right toe tips. But if you want to, you can lift the right leg off the floor and reach the right hand back behind you as well for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe just one more if you can manage it. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and then sliding the right toes back to the floor and back to center, releasing the right hand down to the side, making sure that you feel nice and softened as you release, and then giving a wiggle to anything that needs a wiggle. Oh yes. And so I feel like I need to bend forwards after I do that work. So I would like to do a forward bend, but I want to do it a little bit deeper than our normal downward facing dog. So for anyone who thinks that downward dog would do for them, then you can do downward dog on the back of the chair. And for those who would like to do a little bit more, we're going to try the posture is called Uttanasana, the standing forward bend, but we're going to do it with the chair seat. So we're just a little bit higher from the floor than normal, but lower than our chair backs. So standing facing your chair, you can have your feet slightly turned out if you want to, but nice wide feet, soft in the knees. Breathe in, reaching the arms up. And as you breathe out, broaden the arms out to the side and lean forward from your hips. So you come down just as you do for downward facing dog, but reaching for your chair seat when you're ready. And you can even lean your forearms here on the chair seat. It might be your hands. And still thinking about lengthening your tailbone backwards, you can even give it a little sway from side to side. If you feel like you could go a little bit further, you can gently either walk your feet away from your chair or push your chair away from you to come a little bit further down, leaving your hands on the chair so that your chest can come down towards your legs. We'll take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. When you're ready, press your hands into your chair and walk your feet towards you. So you end up in a slightly stooped position, and that's fine. We're going to bend our knees and we're going to round. So we're going to tuck the tailbone under, scoop the belly in, activate the buttocks, and round, pressing through the feet to come all the way up into standing. Wonderful stuff. So giving yourself a little bit of a wiggle. And we are done with our practice standing up today. So bring yourself to your chair seat. You might want to grab your whatever you'd like for relaxation, whether that be a blanket or a scarf or similar. And just give yourself, I'm going to take a scarf today as well. Why not? Why not say? So give yourself a little wrap up warm so that that relaxation that we're about to enjoy isn't disturbed by a feeling of chill. Don't want a feeling of chill. Smashing stuff. I can hear that there's much hilarity happening in homeschooling just outside this room. So I really hope that they manage to be quiet for our relaxation. Okay. So when you feel that you're comfortable, remember in relaxation, now's the time to relax your back, to sit against your chair back, to sometimes people feel like if they round their spine, so if we are slouched all of the time, it's not great. But once we've done some big work, a little bit of release backwards is not a problem at all. And our backs are designed to do all of the movements, to do spiraling movements, twisting, side bending, forward bending, backward bending. And so if we get out of the habit of allowing our backs to find that release, that comfort, then that can be just as bad as doing too much of it. So when you come for relaxation, do allow yourself to nestle back and surrender into that support. And even better if you can recline on the floor or the bed or perhaps a sofa, who knows. Taking your hands wherever is comfortable, closing your eyes. Take this moment to notice how your body feels now. Perhaps some areas of your body feel warm, warmer than you remember from the beginning of the class. Perhaps some areas feel more spacious, longer, stronger. And perhaps too, you notice areas that feel like they've made a big effort. Perhaps some areas feel worked. And then notice the breath that you're breathing right now. Does it seem different from your spontaneous breath when you came into class? Let's take a purposeful breath in and sigh out through our mouths. If you want to, you can do a few of these, taking a deep breath in, letting everything go as you exhale. Taking a deep breath in, letting go of tension. Taking a breath in, softening your muscles and surrendering into your supportive seat. Allow your breath to fall into silence. Taking your awareness into your forehead, feel it soften and spread. Particularly feel that space between the eyebrows spreading, separating, softening. Allow the area around your eyes to relax, your mouth, your tongue, your jaw to release. Feel the back of the body heavy, heavy against your chair back, your chair seat, and heavy into the floor. Releasing down. Notice the front of your body. Become aware of the touch of air on your face, the weight of your hands in your lap, the warmth of a blanket. Take your awareness to your breath. Then gently deepen your breath. As you breathe in, focus on drawing in energy, creating harmony, vitality, balance. And as you breathe out, Release anything you don't need. Release conflict, fatigue, tension, pain. Breathing in, drawing towards you energy, light, peace. And as you breathe out, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you, anything you don't need. Allow your breath to fall in this rhythm as you continue to relax a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into your fingers and toes by wiggling them around. When you feel ready, perhaps you would like to roll the wrists, roll the ankles. In your own time, you might like to take a deep breath and stretch. Maybe stretch the mouth into a yawn, stretch the face, maybe stretch the arms, stretch the legs. You don't have to do everything at the same time if you don't want to. And then you can feel that sort of ripple going through the body, drawing the hands to the heart, one on top of the other. And with the eyes still gently closed, think about something that you tell yourself, something your self-talk says that is not helpful, a critique that you would never offer to someone else. Sometimes our inner voice is so unkind we wouldn't dream of saying it out loud if it was directed at someone else. And I want you to find a way to phrase a response to that inner critic. So if that inner critic is telling you you can't do something, or you're not worthy of something, or you're a disaster at something, find a way to debate yourself, to put up your inner cheerleader, to say something in response. I can do it. If I try, if I persist, if I practice, I can get better. I will. I'm strong. I deserve. I'm enough. I am loved. All of these things could be said in response to your inner critic. And over the next week, when your inner critic makes itself known, I want you to try to catch it before it drags you down into a descending spiral of not so kind thoughts about yourself. I want you to catch it out, and offer your positive response. And see if it makes it better this week. When you're ready, very gently opening your eyes. Namaste, guys. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again soon.